Thank you everyone for being here and welcome to today's Optimum seminar about the secrets of high converting pop-ups that don't annoy visitors. I'm Csaba Zajdo, one of the co-founders of Optimum. Just a very brief introduction. So I've been into e-commerce for more than 16 years. Before starting Optimum, actually, we've been launching and optimizing e-commerce sites. So I've worked with several thousands of merchants. And we started Optimum from the realization that actually small businesses lack the necessary tools to become master online sellers. So here we are. And today, what I'm going to share with you, what will you learn today? Well, first of all, I will share with you why pop-ups don't convert and why do they annoy visitors for the first place. I will share with you the top 5 mistakes companies do with pop-ups. And I will also share with you the top 4 principles to create high converting pop-ups, so how you can avoid these mistakes. And finally, I will share with you my top 10 advice, which will help you help you reach even higher conversion rates and help you skyrocket your conversion rates. And I will give you a couple of actionable next steps at the very end. So it's a long session. Let's get started. So first of all, why pop-ups don't convert and why do they annoy visitors? The answer for this question is actually simpler than it looks. Your pop-ups don't convert simply because your customers, your visitors just don't care about your message. Why don't they care? And actually, when does your customer care about your message? Let me share you a story about a guy called Ben. Ben is 38. He's living in Ohio, and well, he's looking for a wedding ring because he is going to get married to a beautiful lady. And well, he visits a couple of jewelry websites, including Alura's, where he is presented a nice pop-up: win a designer diamond necklace. Will Ben be interested in this message? Well, in general, I would say that even though this is a great offer, this is a strong value proposition, it's a 2000 worth of beautiful diamond necklace, still Ben is unlikely to opt in for this message. Why? Because he is just looking for wedding rings. So even though it's a great message, he will ignore it and he will not resonate with it. But on the other hand, if he would have met a message around exclusive wedding rings, even with some discount, for example, would he be interested? Of course he would, right? This is what we call a customer message fit. A customer message fit happens when your messages actually overlap with the customer needs. In this intersection of our messages and the customer needs, this is where the magic happens. This is the customer message fit, when the user feels that this is actually what I need. If you are not showing any messages and the customer needs are unmet, well, then he will feel that I cannot find what I need, or even worse, that this is not what I'm looking for. On the other hand, if you are showing a lot of unnecessary, irrelevant messages to the customers, well, he or she will feel that, well, who cares? And this is when the pop-ups, the messages usually get annoying, and this is when the conversion rates usually drop. All right, so based on this, let's see the top 5 mistakes companies do with pop-ups. The number 1 mistake is that your message is just simply irrelevant. You might recognize this screenshot. This is from the film called Wolf of Wall Street, where Leonardo DiCaprio is actually playing Jordan Belfort, and he's presenting to a group of salespeople. Sell me this pen, right? That's the exercise. Sell me this pen. And the first guy comes and he starts talking. Ooh, this is an awesome pen. This is a wonderful pen. And the second one comes and he starts talking about the features of the pen. And then the third one comes and asks Jordan that, hey, write me something. But I don't have a pen. All right, I can sell you one. And the moral of the story is that you can only sell something to someone where there's a need and your message resonates with that need. The mistake number 2 is that your value proposition might be just unclear. Maybe you have the value you can offer. Maybe you are even offering the value which the customer would appreciate, but it's lost in the noise. What you must know is that the attention span of web visitors, especially nowadays, and especially when they are looking at pop-ups, is very, very small. So you have like a fraction of the second to raise their attention and their interest. And if you hide your main value proposition somewhere in the small letters inside your pop-ups, well, they will just ignore the message. So this was mistake number 2. Mistake number 3 is maybe your pop-up is just plain ugly. I mean, most marketers understand that you need beautifully designed messages, ads, if you are doing like Facebook ads or Instagram ads or any other platform. Still, they somehow lower their standards when it comes to pop-ups, while pop-ups are very similar in many sense than as a Facebook ad. And a beautifully created pop-up can enhance your value proposition, your main message, just like this message with the lion. Mistake number 4, that it might be a great message, it might be beautifully designed, but it's just displayed to the wrong visitors. Like, that example with the jewelry website with the $2,000 worth of diamond necklace. That was a strong offer. I think it was correctly designed, but it just met the wrong audience. And in many cases, even the audience is right, and you have the right offer, you have the right audience, but you are just too early. It feels often like being on the first date and proposing on the first date, or being asked, hey, that you will make a great father. While we understand why it's a bad idea in a relationship, in a first date, we often do the same mistake as marketers. All right, so these were the top 5 mistakes companies do with pop-ups. And now let's see the top 4 principles how we can avoid these mistakes. 4 principles for creating high converting pop-ups. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 is that you need to deliver a wow offer. You need to create true, real value to the customers with the pop-ups. It cannot just be, hey, sign up for my newsletter. That's not a great offer. There's no value in there. Most marketers, a lot of marketers actually think that you have to offer some huge value, some really expensive incentive. While in many cases, the value for the customer might be non-monetary. For example, if someone is looking at your contents, like browsing the Sephora events website, he or she is definitely not looking for discounts here, right? She wants to learn. And now a much better wow offer for her could be that, hey, join our next event with Authentic Beauty with Gucci, right? This is a very, very relevant offer, which provides a wow offer to this particular customer visitor browsing this website. Or if you are a Burberry customer and you are returning to Burberry when you abandoned it last time, and now you return, a great offer could be for you to, hey, pick up where you left off. This is an actual message which I actually got with those specific products which I actually visited last time when I was visiting the Burberry website, right? So this is, in my case, as a returning user, this website delivered a wow offer. And of course, in many cases, this wow offer could be some kind of discount, some kind of incentive, like $25 off and a hug, in the case of the Udi. This is, by the way, I think it's a good example of a nicely crafted and good pop-up if it's targeted to high intent visitors who are ready to buy. It has a great look. It has some emotional stuff as well. All right, so principle number 1, deliver a wow offer. Let's see principle number 2, which is hold your horses. So what does it mean? Well, it means that you want to avoid being just like this lady. what most customers, most visitors actually, when they visit your style, your store, are usually not ready to buy at once because they are simply not in the right awareness stage. So what are awareness stages? We've known it for more than 50 years that the users, any user, anyone actually who does a purchase anywhere, has to go through 5 levels of awareness. The first step is that they are unaware. They are unaware that they have a problem. They are unaware of your brand. They are unaware of your product. And then their problem, they become problem aware. I have that fancy event next week and I have nothing to wear. I need some solution. They become solution aware. All right, what should I wear? Maybe I should buy some nice new Burberry dress, for example. And then he or she visits the website and browses around, finds some nice dresses, and she becomes product aware, right? But even then, she might have some doubts. Will it fit? What if it doesn't? Will it arrive in time? Or it arrives in time, but it doesn't fit? Will I be able to buy a new one? There are a lot of questions happening in her head, which have to be answered to become fully aware and to become ready to buy. And this whole process happens in the head of the customer. And often it happens in a couple of seconds or in a few minutes. Still, it usually happens. And acknowledging that the user might be in an earlier stage of their user journey and might not be ready in the product aware or fully aware stage where they just need some kind of incentive to buy, will help you become a much better marketer and create better wow offers and better value for your customers. So, for example, if there's a lot of visitors on your website who are low intent visitors, low intent meaning that they are in the early stages of their buying process, like browsing your content or just reading about the problem they are having, then in many cases providing some sweepstake or some kind of gamification message, hey, win something great, is usually works much better than providing some 10% off. Or if, for example, this is a great example from Urban Outfitters, where actually they are promoting the find the perfect gift, right? And actually, it's a great example from two sides. One is that it acknowledges that many of their visitors are most likely in the season in the problem aware stage of, hey, I need to buy some gifts to my friend, to my mother, to my wife, anyone. And they don't try to push them too early towards the purchase. And the other one, find the perfect gift, this teaser. So they didn't push this message as a welcome just right away when the user has just arrived and couldn't even orientate himself or herself. Where am I? So they are just first displaying this teaser and delaying the display of the pop-up. All right, so this was principle number 2, hold your horses. Principle number 3 is aim small, miss small. You might also recognize this screenshot. Actually, this is from The Patriot, where Mel Gibson teaches his kids to shoot. The principle is very similar with pop-ups, or actually with any marketing message. If you target it too broad, if you target everyone, it's like targeting on Facebook for everyone or targeting Google everyone, you probably know that that's a bad idea. Still, a lot of marketers do this mistake when it comes to pop-ups, and they create messages to everyone. You have to deliver the right message to the right people. You can create the best, the most awesome message in the world. Still, it will only resonate with a small segment of your visitors. So if we have a look at Ben again, who was looking for a wedding ring, and a lady called Kate, who was looking for a birthday gift. So even though this message, find the perfect wedding ring, was the perfect message for Ben, it's definitely not a good message for Kate, right? But if we would change the message to Kate, then of course, both would get to customer message fit. So the main essence of the story is that there's no joker, there's no universal generic message that works for everyone, but you have to create different messages to different segments of your visitors. let's look at this example. For example, this is a classic cart abandonment pop-up with a 10% discount. Check out now and receive 10% off. You can target it broadly. Hey, after a few seconds, all new visitors who haven't purchased before. And with it, you could reach like a 3% conversion rate, which might not be super bad, but it's not good either. It means that 90%, 97% of your visitors was actually not interested. But if you change the targeting slightly and you include, for example, that it should be only shown to users who have cart value greater than 0, meaning that they have something in their cart, well, the conversion rate would grow to at least 15%, often above 20%. Just simply narrowing down your targeting and aiming small, well, you missed small. Does it mean that this is the only message and you can only target those who have something in their cart? And what happens with the rest, you might ask? Well, you don't have to just create one message to everyone. Again, you can create this message to cart abandoners and to people coming to your content, for example, from low intent channels. Well, you can show them like a spinning wheel. Hey, spin the wheel and win. This is for new intent visitors. Or for returning visitors, as we have seen, you can show a welcome back message. Hey, welcome back. These items are still here for you. And you can show them those products which they've seen before. At the end of my presentation, I will share with you 2 resources which will help you discover all the use cases that your brand might need, and it will also help you get your personalized pop-up plan, which you can launch right away if you wish. But definitely you will know what kind of messages you need to create to cover most of your visitors. All right, so principle number 3 was aim small, miss small. Principle number 4 is less is more. Well, as I've said, that the attention span is very limited, especially on mobile devices. And you have to clear out everything from your messages, your pop-ups, which are unnecessary. Here are 2 very basic, very simple, but still good examples of super simple, super clear pop-ups. Of course, they have a rather clear value proposition, $100 and 10% off. These are rather typical, right? What if you don't have this one? If you have a more complex value proposition, like sign up for my newsletter and you will get discounts or news, new products, whatever. Even then, you can package it into something simple, like join the One Body Club, join the club. This club is a very popular way of packaging a lot of different value propositions into one, and of course having a simpler yes or no message and even an arrow pointing on the yes. It makes it super simple and clear. All right, so these were principle number 4, and I have one extra for you actually, which might not be necessary, but it often helps very much with conversions and with decreasing the annoyance of your pop-ups, is to be funny and be remarkable. So what does it mean? Well, often putting in some humor into your messages, like any of these messages, will lighten up your message very much, and it will show your visitors that you are a human after all. But even if this type of humor or self-deprecating humor is not your style, still using some kind of like cuteness, maybe some mascots, for example, which put some emotional touch to your messages, will definitely increase conversion, can definitely increase conversion rate and decrease again the annoyance of your pop-ups. So these were the 4 main principles for creating high converting pop-ups. Just using these 4 main principles, I think you can and should be able to create very high converting pop-ups. But now I'm going to share with you 10 extra tips, which are, I would say, an addition. If you are really shooting for the stars and want to reach above like 50% conversion rate, I've seen several pop-ups with 50+% conversion rate, then these advanced tips will be very much in interest of you. So let's have a look at these 10 advanced tips. So number 1 is that use teasers and exit intent instead of simply welcome pop-ups, meaning that When the user arrives to your website, don't show him or her the message right away, but first just display a less intrusive teaser. And if the user clicks on the teaser or tries to exit, then show them your main message. With this combination, you can get about the same amount of conversions, the same amount of subscribers than with the welcome pop-up, but with much less annoyance, with much less impressions, meaning that your conversion rates will be much higher, right? And of course, you will annoy less visitors with this combination. My second advanced tip is to keep your offers relevant and increase the FOMO, or the fear of missing out. What does it mean? Uh, in many cases, marketers have just one generic message all year round, like 10% off, which is fine. You don't have to invent the wheel every month. But still, it makes sense for you to try to update your offers and your messages to look more relevant, to make it less generic. So even the Christmas season is over, and now it's like early February, you can package this offer to, for example, into Valentine packaging and make it look seasonal. And after Valentine's Day, we have St. Patrick's Day, and then we have Easter, and then we have Mother's Day, then we have some summer sale, back to school. There's always some good opportunity to make your offers more fixed with a deadline, and it will very much motivate your users to take this offer right now, and not, I will come back later. Okay, so this was number 2. Number 3 is to use automatically generated discount codes. So why is that important? Customers are kind of used to these generic coupon codes like 10 off, and they know in many cases that these offers will be here even a month later, and these general discount codes often don't really show that that you have to take this offer right now. Just simply changing this fixed coupon code into some random characters will make it look like it's a automatically generated discount code. So even that can usually help. But even if you use a real automatically generated discount code with a fixed deadline of like 3 days or 1 day or whatever, and following it up and reminding the users that it has a deadline will usually increases the redemption rate of these coupons with at least 100%. It more than doubles usually the redemption rate. Most marketers believe that if someone subscribed for the newsletter and requested that 10% discount code, they will use it. While in many cases, this redemption rate is below 20%. But even in good cases, it's below 50%. So there's a huge potential for increasing the assisted revenue of these discount codes. All right, so that was number 3. Number 4 is to use follow-up campaigns for discount codes. Again, it helps with the redemption rate. Many cases, users subscribe, they get the coupon code, close the window, and then they just go and forget about it. Just being simply reminded about this discount code can help with the redemption, increase the redemption rate with up to 20%. And this is the main logic behind the auto redeem function, which will automatically apply the discount code the user got whenever they are going to the checkout or to the cart page. So basically, there's no way he or she can forget about the discount code. This one combined with the automatically generated discount codes and these follow-up messages, it will result in the highest redemption rate of your coupon codes. All right. Number 6 is to A/B test your messages. Even if you are the greatest marketer in the world and you have a super understanding of your customers, it's very possible that you have multiple options to communicate. You can have more ideas for the headline, you can have more ideas for the incentive, for the value proposition of your messages, and it's often not obvious at all which one will resonate better with the customers. And A/B testing is just simply the best way to decide these questions and get a definitive answer on the best combination of message and offers and design and everything else. this is an actual example. Indestructible shoes tested the classic welcome pop-up to a more conversational variant, and it is won by more than almost with a 50% increase. Number 7 is to use multi-step pop-ups. So multi-step pop-ups help you decrease the noise and make your value proposition much clearer. You remember this principle, less is more. Well, multi-stage, multi-step pop-ups can help you very much decrease the content of the first page. So instead of trying to put everything, like including the input fields, including the checkboxes, whatever, on the first page, you can, on the first page of your pop-ups, just simply ask for one single click, not more, one single click. And when people usually click on any of these links, which usually happens at least twice, this first page of this pop-up usually has at least twice the conversion rate compared to a simple welcome pop-up. And when it happens, they are more inclined to give you their contact details, their email address, their phone numbers, whatever, on the second page. And this way, you can also ask for get more information from the customers. No, you will not only just get their email address, but you will also see, hey, what he or she is interested in. So on the third page, you can present them a personalized product recommendation. Hey, we think you would like these items based on your answers. So you, with this whole package, you can even get better conversion rate, and you can deliver a much better value for your customers. Number 8 is using smart tags. So which we often call smart tags dynamic text replacement. So instead of using a generic message to everyone, like a 50% discount on all products, you can use smart tags and replace the all products to shop category name or shop product name, for example. Meaning that if someone arrives to the landing page of earrings, then he or she will see that 50% discount on earrings. For him or her, it will feel much more personalized and less generic, this message. The more personalized, the more specific a message usually feels, the better the conversion rate. And this way, you can create with just one or two pop-ups, one or two campaigns, you can create several thousands of personalized messages for any product page or for any category page. This is the main idea behind tip number 9, to personalize your messages based on source. One of the main data you have about all of your new visitors is the source they are coming from. So if you know that someone is coming from like some PR source, like from Forbes magazine, then you can welcome him not just with a generic offer, but you can say that a huge welcome and 20% off to our guests from Forbes, for example. Again, creating this type of personalized welcome message takes some extra work, yes, definitely, but it can result with a highly increased conversion rates for these messages. And finally, my last and most advanced tip is basically to personalize your message on any demographic parameter like gender preference or interest. If you are running Facebook ads or Instagram ads or any kind of display ads, or actually any kind of search ads, then you already have some information regarding the user. For example, if you are running Facebook ads about weight loss and running another one about better sleep, then if someone clicks on the weight loss, you can know that he or she is interested in weight loss and the other one is interested in better sleep. And if you put just this UTM campaign parameters into the URL of your landing page, then Optimum or your pop-up tool will know that, hey, actually, this is the preference of the user, and you can personalize the message based on this information. I would say that this technique has basically unlimited potential. Of course, it has also unlimited potential to spend your time. So you have to find the right balance between personalization and just launching your messages. But again, just using a couple of important parameters to personalize your messages can considerably, and when I say considerably, at least you can get a 100% increase just simply by employing such personalization technique. All right, so this was my last advanced tip. And now I would like to just give you two quick gifts takeaway. One is our guide to customer value optimization. This was a guide written by me, and this is where we summarize all our knowledge regarding how someone, especially a D2C e-commerce brand, can increase and maximize the conversion and the lifetime value of their customers. This is definitely, it's more about than just pop-ups. I think it will help you. I hope it will help you become a better marketer in any other parts, but it helps you understand how your customers actually buy, why they are buying, why they are not buying. And I hope it will also give you quite some ideas on what kind of pop-ups on-site messages you can launch. And my next advice, my next step is just, it's a much quicker one. Actually, it only takes 2 minutes. Just go and fill out our smart pop-up wizard. This is the URL optimum.com/wizard. It only takes really like 2 minutes, so I recommend doing it right now. This is an automated pop-up advisor, I guess we can call that. It will just ask you a couple of questions. You just need to answer these questions truthfully, and you will get a list of use cases personalized somewhat in your brand color, and you will have you will get a lot of ideas what kind of campaigns you might need to launch. All right, so these were my 2 actionable next steps. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I wish you a very successful e-commerce business. And now, let me see if you have any questions. Actually, I can see that there's already a few. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So, okay, Helena, I hope I pronounced it right. So is there someone at Optimum who can help me design smart tags? Of course. Actually, you can even create custom variables, custom smart tags, not just the category name, product name, everything. Feel free, anyone, to reach out to me. I put my email address here. Just reach out to me with any specific request, and I will just connect you with our success team. And we have some really nice colleagues who use Optimum from in and out, and they can definitely help you set up any campaign you wish. They might even give you some recommendation on some use cases which you might have not think of yourself. So absolutely feel free. So is it possible to offer a discount inside a conversational pop-up? Right now, I have a conversational pop-ups set up to direct visitors where they want to go, and that one is converting well. But the lead gen pop-up is the next step, is not. Well, so with the conversational pop-ups usually work best if on the first page the incentive, like 15% off or 10% off or whatever, is already incentivizing the question and the answer, that one click. And if someone clicks on the first page and then this value proposition of the first page is repeated or even upgraded slightly with some extra, which was maybe not communicated in the first page, then he or she the user will be much likely to subscribe. Again, if you just send us your message, we will have a look at it and we might give you some ideas on how to improve the message of this second page. Yeah, I'm not a coder. Yes, you definitely don't have to be a coder, but as you could see, it was just you can use the editor to insert these smart tags. Okay, and Errol, I'm pretty sure I pronounced your name wrong. As I know, your smart tag works for Shopify or similar e-commerce packages without any coding needed, but you use them for custom domain. Yes, definitely, absolutely. So you can set up any custom variables within Optimo, even including the product name category page. If you are not using Shopify or some WooCommerce, then you will need a couple of lines of JavaScript code. Basically, that's it. There would be a JavaScript code which would read the product name or the category name from the source of your page, and it would set it up automatically as a custom variable, and that's it. And then you will be able to use it just as any as with Shopify. Again, this JavaScript code could differ from site to site, but if you send your website to me, we will be glad to just send you the exact JavaScript code which you have to insert into your Popups. Yes, actually, we have a generic documentation on how to set up these variables, custom variables, but again, depending on the system you are using, it could be somewhat different. So we usually help with the success team to create the specific custom JavaScript code for each domain. All right. So I think it was some kind of conversation and not really question. Sortex.com. I will definitely check it out. Any other questions, guys? If not, again, feel free to reach out to me, chaba.zaido@optimum.com. That's how I pronounce my name. At airports, they usually pronounce it very differently. But that's okay. Okay, so thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I wish you a very beautiful day or evening, depending on where you are right now. Actually, I just noticed that there's a question in here. Will a recording of this will be sent out after? Yes, definitely. We will send this recording and you can watch it later. Thank you, Helena.